So if you're charging USB devices, this is the cat's meow. So what I'm suggesting to a lot of you is this solar panel and a couple at least big USB power bricks. This could be all you need.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Well, I'm at it again. I'm testing solar panels. And so here I have a Chinese name. It's TWELSEAVAN. I'll probably mess that up. If I do, just understand I'm talking about this solar panel. TWELSEAVAN. There has to be a reason why I bought it. I buy things to test, to show to you. What makes this special is it has 3 USB outlets. And one of them is a power delivery 60. That, if you're not familiar with USB, so here's a USB brick, and this one will accept power delivery 60 watts. And so that means it has to be USB-C to USB-C. Oftentimes they'll give you the cable. But we all have USB-C cables lying around. So this will charge this at 60 watts. So why is that important? Why do you care if you have PD60 or just the standard old 15-watt charging? Well, because on a day like today, there's mixed clouds. You can see I'm in the shade now, but I think in a little bit the sun's going to pop out, and I'll get a lot of sun. So when you get a lot of sun, you want to put the maximum amount out of your solar panel into your brick. And so that's what makes this really good, is that it will put out that whole 60 watts whenever it's got 60 watts coming in. It's a 120 watt panel, so even if it's a little bit of shade, you might still get a 60 watt charge. This will charge much, much faster. This one's 26,800 milliamp hour, and these big ones take forever to charge at 5, 10, 15 watts. But they charge really fast at 60 watts, so that's really important. It also comes with a standard outlet with a 4-way pigtail. So this has got an Anderson connector, an XT60 connector. I believe that's 2.5 by 5. It's a very common connector. And a standard 8mm, which is probably the most common, is an 8mm. And so these are very, very handy. These will charge most of your power stations. I think these will all charge most of the power stations you might have. So that's really nice. And it will also charge really fast your USB bricks. And that's really why I bought it. Let me unfold it. So this is a little expensive. It's $150, which is more than I want to pay for a 120 watt panel. I want to pay $1 a watt or less. So I want to pay $120 for this. But that 60 watt power delivery was worth it to me to spend a little more than I really wanted to. And I have owned the TWELSEAVAN product before, and I think it was a pretty good product. So the cloth, the material seems good. Everything about it looks good so far. I won't know until I've got it out and have been using it for a while. It has 4 panels, and that's how come it can be so much smaller. The cloth and the fabric seems good. A slight cut above nor average, so it's slightly better than average quality. It does have grommets, you can see here, so you can hang it. That's always something you're looking for. So all in all, it's the quality is pretty good. I'll just have to test it out and see how it goes. So let me compare this 120 watt panel to this 200 watt folding panel. I'm testing this as well. So this is 200 watt, but it has no USB ports. And that's the norm for most panels, not to have USB ports at all. So, but it does have MC4, which means you can connect it to almost anything. But so you could connect this to your power station, then you could charge your USB devices off of your power station. But what I'm promoting is the idea that all you buy is this and maybe 1 or 2 others, and you charge them directly off your solar panel. Then you don't have to have a power station. You don't have to have anything. And most of us will find that USB devices will meet most of our needs. Just these two as a combination would serve you. Between the two of them, this is about $220. You can get a brick. This is $150, and you can get a good brick for $70 real easily. So for the price of this, you've got a complete system here, although it's smaller. Now, because this doesn't have USB output, it doesn't have power delivery. It can't because it doesn't have any USB ports. So I believe this will charge this quite a bit faster than this because, yeah, it's got a lot more power, but this will only take 60 watts at a time. So all this power is wasted if all you want to do is charge a couple of these. Now again, you could put this into a power station with PD output, and then you could charge this off of your power station. But now you've got a bunch of things. You've spent the money, a couple $100 at least on a power station, and just so you can charge this. So I just want you to see that this, and I also have one of these at 60 watts. So that would fill this just as fast. 60 watts will fill this just as fast as 120 watt. I think there are some of these little power bricks that will put out more, like 100 watts, but they're going to be expensive. Once you get up into that kind of feature set, then those will be really expensive. All you really need is a PD. The PD comes in 30, 40, 60, 100. I think there's actually a 45 in there somewhere. But you want to get a 60 because you can get a 60 watt panel and charge this directly at the full high speed charge. It'll charge 2 or 3 times faster. Well, 15 watts coming in versus 60. That'll be 4 times faster. So just because this is 200 watts, it still won't charge a brick as fast as this. So and this can still charge your power stations because it has all those adapters. Okay, well that's enough. I will set this out and do some testing on it. I'll also give you a report on this on a separate video just on it. All right, let's start that testing.
Now there's some really good things about it, and there's some questionable things about it. One of the very best things is it's IP65 rated. That means it's guaranteed against penetration from dust and water up to a certain rating. Now that's not the highest possible rating. Don't ever take this thing out and throw it in the lake and think it's going to be fine. It won't be. But if a dust storm comes up, you don't have to worry about a dust storm killing it. Or if a rain comes up, a medium rain, light rain comes up while you're away, you come back, it's got a little rain on it, it's not going to be hurt by that either. Again, don't push it to the limit, but you don't have to be afraid of it at the same time. IP65 is a very good rating, and that's something I like to get in all my devices, electronic devices. A really good thing is small form factor, the quality, those are all good, really good things. And one of the things that make it really stand out, and I like the most about it, is it has a USB outlet, so you can charge your USB devices. So I'm going to test it and see how it does. It claims to be PD60, and PD60 is very fast. If you're unfamiliar with PD, that means power delivery, and it plugs into a USB port on the device, and it powers it out at 60 watts. This is a 120 watt panel, so it should easily be able to put out its full 60 watts into any device. So if you're charging USB devices, this is the cat's meow. So what I'm suggesting to a lot of you is this solar panel and a couple at least big USB power bricks. This could be all you need. Have one plugged into this at 60 watts. It'll be full at the end of the day, and use the other one, and then the next day reverse them so that you always have a full one going, and you can live off USB devices. But now let's talk about its disadvantages. The main, and I think maybe only disadvantage, is it does not have MC4 connectors. And the reason it does have, let me show you this, it does have a multi-connector, and I like these a lot. That appears to be a very good cable. So let me show you what it has. It has a Anderson, and that's a common connector, and it has a XT60, and that's becoming really common. Has 8mm. That's probably the most universal one of all. And then it has, I believe that's a 2.5. And there are a lot of things that will connect to a 2.5. So it has the good connectors. It has a USB 60. And that is a really good thing. And also has 2 USB-As. And they will charge QC3, which I believe is 15 watts or maybe 30. One of them may be a 30 watter. So that means you can plug in 3 different USB devices, has them all charging at the same time. up to 120 watts. That's really good. If you've decided to go with USB devices, this is an excellent, excellent choice for you. My final thoughts are, this is an excellent solar panel. This will work super well for a lot of you. IP65 rating is an excellent feature as far as I'm concerned. This connector is an excellent feature as far as I'm concerned. You can connect this to a lot of different power stations. The PD60, and it's actually putting out nearly 60 watts. I think that is just the cat's meow. That's really what I think about that. I think this is an excellent choice. It's 150 bucks, not the cheapest one around. It's a little more, but it has these unique features that make it, to my mind, pretty exceptional. So I can highly recommend this to you. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, hit it a whole bunch of times. And remember that you only have one wild life. When you come to the end of it, die with amazing memories and no regrets. Live your highest quality life today. I think you'll be very glad you did. Bye now.